5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Not what it was. No, I think you're misremembering it a little bit because I've played SSX just recently, and the Deadly Descent stuff, which was supposed to be the core of that game, has now been put into just the story mode. And all it is really is you are battling against the elements in these different mountains. So you play on one mountain, you have to do the avalanche thing, where the more that you trick off of the mountain as you're going down, the more the avalanche comes after you, because you're actually breaking pieces of snow off of the mountain in real time, and it follows you down. So if you're going slow and in a straight line, you don't really have anything to contend with, for example. And then there are other things where you actually go inside of the mouth of a volcano, and you have to use light as your only source, and the whole thing is you versus the darkness. Those are the
you know what I want out of SSX? Here's why I'm crying over SSX, because all of this stuff...
Such a good segue to Alan Wake. You missed it.
Oh,
the light. You have to use the light.
The light, the darkness, and the light. It's true. We can come back to that, though.
Okay, because I'm getting edgy.
She's like,
just give yourself a hey-o here and there.
Just give one of these. Hey-o.
Here's the reason I'm not buying on. Here's the reason I'm crying on SSX. I'm crying on SSX because what I really want on SSX is beautiful graphics, super tight controls, crazy trick system, and a fantastic soundtrack. And I could give a shit about all this other stuff. I don't want to be colorful. I want.
Isn't that happening?
I want
that's happening.
All of that is happening.
I want
Run DMC confirmed.
Yeah.
That's all it's needed.
I'm just not completely confident that they're completely sold on that. Whereas Twisted Metal, I realize that they have pushed forward the different scenario play of it, you know, the single player missions and all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, multiplayer like we had in Black on a modern console, if I can play Spectre, I'm gonna be freaking happy as shit.
Right.
And the thing about Twisted Metal is that it goes back to that old world of I don't need great physics, or I need physics, but I need my physics to be ridiculous. You know?
I think it's.
I need the game to be ridiculous.
Right. I wonder if it's a function of you guys remembering that franchise, because like as someone who grew up and didn't have a PlayStation at that time, I never grew up with that franchise. It was never a franchise that I've really played. But having played SSX, all of those the four pillars, like
my crazy next door neighbor Happy Hurl and I played that shit so much.
Happy Hurl?
Don't want to know why he was named that. Do not want to know why he was named that.
Well, there's lots more games on this list.
That's like if you eat a really bad
I don't want to talk about hurling or anything.
Those SSX questions you have, I
Happy
played it and I feel that they
do the
they are
segue.
answering them.
Okay, including Alan Wake and Silent Hill.
Well, you're the Silent Hill lover.
Yes.
And
oh my god, I do not want to play this new game.
No.
I seriously almost
agree
cried.
with you.
I
Yeah.
almost cried when I saw the trailer. It came out like a few months ago.
Yeah, it's been delayed.
Downpour.
And just that horrible rock music. It was kind
Yeah.
of like a return to the Prince of Persia Warrior Within kind of.
Oh, for Forgotten Sands?
Well, from Sands of Time when they did Warrior Within, it was like
We're
badasses
and we had
now.
this
Where he
horrible
called
rock
everyone
music.
a bitch.
We have Guar.
It was like that. It was this horrible music because Yamaoka's gone now officially. I guess his last was Homecoming, which is
Yeah,
that's
and they
so
just
sad.
lost the creative director on this game as well.
That's
who,
not a good
Who,
sign.
when he left, said, "I wanted to do all of these things that Konami wouldn't let me do." Yeah,
Which makes you go, huh?
exactly. I mean, it's not.
So sad.
It's really sad because that could have been something special.
Yeah.
But hey, Alan Wake's gonna be awesome.
And yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
and-
I really am looking forward to Alan Wake.
And it's got to fill that Silent Hill. Even though it's not, Alan Wake is not like Silent Hill at all.
No.
But it definitely has to fill that void for me because Silent Hill is no longer in my life.
So
we are separated. It was
I'm done with you.
horrible
The paperwork has been filed.
You've made them move out.
So,
it's been
do you
served.
want the story side of Alan Wake, or do you want the action side of Alan Wake?
Both for sure.
Because this is more a action side focus for the new game than it is a story side focus.
Which I think they need if they're going to do a downloadable game.
Yeah.
You don't have the time to really get into that deep narrative like the...
No, it's gonna have a good story to it.
Yeah.
But the DLC to Alan Wake, I mean, it was a little. What was it? The first one that was very, very
The
action
writer,
oriented.
and the signal, I think, was the first
But the
one.
signal was okay. So I think the signal was more action oriented, and it was still good. But I think it did a good job of, or both of them did a good job of continuing the story.
I took a lot of flack. I took a lot of flack when I reviewed Alan Wake because I really enjoyed the. I love the action part of it.
Was good.
No, I love the action.
Me too.
Of it. I thought that the
Me
whole
too.
burning the shadow off of
Amazing.
guys and then
Felt
having to shoot
so
them,
awesome.
so good. And what's amazing because I played this. Now I played this game. I got to play it a couple of weeks ago, And what they've done in expanding the roster of guys that attack you is awesome. There's like a new. Do you want to know about them, or do you want? Should I
Are
keep
they all
it
dark
secret?
and shadowy?
Well, there's one enemy that when you start to do damage to them can like dissipate into a flock of black birds that spreads and flies away from you. So you have to get them and get the birds. Like so, it's really.
Or the guy
crazy.
you were telling me that when you hit him with light, he splits into two.
Yeah.
And the more you hit him, he keeps splitting up and
So
up.
you have
and
to
up.
like
like little. Is it smaller and smaller every time?
No, he literally
This isn't
replicates
stacking
into two.
two.
Literally replicates into two.
Double Fine is working on the enemies.
I'm very excited. I'm so glad that
There's an awesome
series
nail gun.
isn't over.
Awesome
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Great. Survive Till Dawn was really fun. I mean, that game, because one of the best parts of the first game was when you're out at the farm on the stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And so imagine there's like 4 or 5 of those made levels
Super
that
cool.
Survive Till Dawn.
Super cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Dave, we have more to go, so you're just going to have to hang in there with us. There's some more that I have to make sure we get here. Max Payne 3 or Hitman Absolution?
Max Payne 3.
I go Hitman.
That's my.
That was your official report?
I just honestly. I
Bronx
just
cheer.
don't care.
I
There's
say
too many other games.
no pain, Rogaine.
Yeah.
It's because he's bald in this one.
Does it tonight